welcome to Life's Beating Heart. My name is Matthew, and today I'm going to do a tarot card reading for you. Quick disclaimer about my card readings is that they are timeless whenever the video finds you. There may be a message in here for you, so stick around. And use your own discernment, your own intuition, use your own discernment to know what messages are for you, what are not, and how it applies to your own life. Take responsibility for your own actions and decisions. Okay, so we are going to dive right in. I'm going to start shuffling some cards for you. I'm going to call in your angels, spirit guides, and ancestors to help me to deliver the most insightful, accurate messages that you need to hear right now. Let's see. We're going to just dive right in here and see what comes up for you today. Let's see. Actually, I want to start with this animal oracle spirit deck, and then we're going to build from there. All right. What does the viewer need to hear today? Oh, that's too many cards. We're not taking 3. Sorry, too many. Almost. Wait. Okay. Yes. Now we got one. We have the vulture spirit for you. The vulture spirit. So the vulture spirit comes to pick away the remains of something, of a rotting situation in your life. Pick away the flesh of a decaying situation, something that no longer serves you here. It's kind of a misunderstood creature. It's kind of associated with death, which is something that we try and keep far away from ourselves. But it's a natural part of life. Endings, death. It's a natural part of life, and the vulture serves a very important role in the ecosystem. Because actually, it comes and by picking the flesh off the bones, the rotting flesh, it comes and cleans and purifies the environment of this like rotting, toxic, old material here. So this is like energetically something, metaphorically something that's happening in your experience right now. Which deck do I want to go to next? We're going to take this one. All right, let's get some more information about this vulture, about this situation here. What is being purged? What is being cleansed here in the life of the viewer right now? Ooh, okay, we have guilt. And what's the other one? Beyond illusion. Okay. Hey, that's kind of cool, actually. That's nice. I want to hold it in. Do I want to hold it like this? Maybe I want to hold it like this. Let me show you. So we have guilt, and we have beyond illusion. So I asked, what is being purged here? What is being purged here? And it's this guilt. Like, ooh, wow. Oh, ooh. Yeah, look at this. You see the talons. It's like almost like claws, like, these demonic sort of claws here, like ripping, tearing at this person's mind, right? Actually, it's like interesting. It's looking like the talons of the vulture. Although the vulture itself, I think, is the force that's coming to cleanse these things from you. But that's just the energy of being racked with guilt over something. Now, feelings of guilt are sometimes justified. Sometimes guilt as a feeling is pointing out to us something where we have in a way violated our own morality or something. However, not always. Sometimes guilt is something which is like projected upon to us as a mechanism to keep us suppressed. Sometimes people will try to put that on us as a way to keep us in a disempowered sort of state here. But then you have this beyond illusion card. There's an idea of sort of seeing beyond this. Hold on, we're going to get more cards though before I continue, or to flesh this out further. Okay. So we got 3 more came out. 2 came face up and 1 came face down. What order do I want to do this? I already looked at it, but I do think I have to show you this one first. So, okay, you got the sorrow card. The guilt and the sorrow are like very connected here. This is the 8 and the 9. The 8 and the 9 of swords here, and then you have it sort of in between, a nice little sandwich happening here. Can I hold these cards like a reasonable human being? Let me see. Right, so you have this nice little sandwich here of these 2 really difficult, challenging negative mental energies here, emotional energies, and then the beyond illusion. There's sort of the zen in the middle of it, sort of seeing beyond those sort of things. And then the other 2 cards you got here are much more beautiful and positive light energies. You have the existence and you have maturity. So there's something with this is the magician and the ace of pentacles. So this is on the other end of it, coming into a beautiful like new beginning for yourself, like with the, after the death cycle comes the rebirth. But for the sake of this reading, we're going to focus first and foremost on this, any advice you need about moving through this process of the vulture and the clearing, the cleansing, especially of this like guilt and sorrow energies here. Right, because there's a sense of like, now there could be guilt and sorrow for things that are actually direct result of your own actions here, but they also can just be like circumstantial things or things that have been done to you and and almost made as if to be put onto you in a way, as well. Okay, but I'm going to use a different deck here to clarify each of these cards, to pull out any practical advice for you here to move through these heavier energies here. So let's first clarify the vulture. Clarify the vulture, please. Okay, that's actually kind of nice. You have the banner of death and the nest. That's kind of on the nose because we're talking about the vulture being a representative of death and rebirth. It's a metaphorical thing, primarily. Well, for some of you, this could be literal. Ooh, interesting. The nest. It's a bird. Guys, it's a bird. Oh, I cannot hold these cards like a reasonable. Okay, let me put the mic down. That might. Yeah, that's the best I can do. But look, it's a bird. It's a bird, like, and a nest. Isn't that kind of interesting how that worked out? So I had to hold it like, because I want to have it like the bird perching over the nest. It's kind of, that's how it is laid out on the table as well. Clarifying cards underneath. But I'm seeing it like the bird perching over the nest, and then it's the banner of death, like it's representative of death. But interestingly, the banner of death represents the hope. It represents the hope of the there's this white rose. The banner of death actually shows this white rose, and it's representing hope, for the future, for the new cycle, for the rebirth that comes after the death, or for the continuation of life, on the whole. And then the nest here, kind of interesting. So that's talking about your something to do with like your home, childhood home, yeah, or the place where you raise children. Interesting. Oh, so that's a kind of a heavy energy. So there's something here about, yeah, like an ending or something to do with the family or the home life or your nest or your security. That kind of energies here. Something being purged or cleansed from your nest, here. So this could be a shift or change. This could, for some people, like literally be a death in the family, or like a divorce or a breakup, or Um, it can be for some people like not a negative thing. Like this could be an empty nester situation for some people. Like it's not not every ending is necessarily meaning like that there's like a loss of like the person's not existing anymore or not in your life at all anymore. Sometimes like for example empty nesting, it's like your parent the kids move out, you can still have the relationship with them, but something is fundamentally changing in the home life there's that sort of energy here. But there's a very positive thing as well. There's something here about like also cleaning up with the vulture energy, and then the banner of death. There's something about like uh, a cleaning of house, both energetically, emotionally, but also perhaps physically. Like maybe this would be a good moment or a good way to start to process this energy for you here, especially if you're feeling ever stuck in the energy. Go and start cleaning up some clutter, some cleaning up the corners of your nest here. Start taking care of your nest in a little bit of a way. Do a deep clean, or you organize, get rid of some clutter. That kind of thing might help to also move some of the energy and the emotions of the situation for you as well. So next we're going to clarify the guilt card here. Okay. Have the fish. Interesting. What do I make of this? So, well, the fish is the Page of Pentacles. And so it talks about there being an idea, like catching an idea in a bag here, catching the fish in a bag. And the idea with the fish, it's sort of saying that you have to like act on it, or, what I'm saying, you either have to like let it go, or you have to um, you know like to do something with the idea that it's like capturing a dream or an imagination, but then you have to like actually act on it, or it'll just slip out of your hands kind of thing. But I'm getting a sort of different message in the context of like with this guilt energy. I don't know, I'm seeing with the fish in the bag, it's almost like drowning in your own guilt. It's like kind of a terrible energy. I'm sorry. There's like a sense of like being trapped in it, or so like either trapping yourself, because it is the Eight of Swords, so that can be like mental prisons of your own making in some situations, or someone else trying to keep you trapped. Like I'm like, look at this little fish. Like a fish deserves to be free. It deserves to be like have the whole pond and the whole ocean to swim around in, and it's just like stuck in this one tiny little plastic bag. And there's like a sense here of, yeah, like you being that fish, either like by your own, whether you put yourself in the plastic bag or some circumstances other people have like kind of created that for you. But there's like a need to sort of like liberate yourself from that from just swimming in your own guilt. Like, oh Lord have mercy, that's not nice energy, get me out of this real fast, please. Okay, hold on. Beyond illusion, we're going to clarify beyond illusion real quick. Clarify beyond illusion. Okay, we got one on the table. We'll take that one. The map. The map. The map. I am the map. I'm thinking of Dora the Explorer all of a sudden. I am the map. I am the map. Oh my god, Nancy killing me. The beyond illusion and the map. That's kind of cool. So that's kind of like getting a larger perspective, the map of your own inner territory, or getting a higher vantage point of the situation will help you to sort of see beyond the illusions of your own emotional states, is kind of what I'm looking at here. Like the map kind of being like, yeah, the sort of getting a bigger picture view of the thing, getting to see, zoom out to see it in the abstract, to sort of get a higher vantage point on the whole thing. a bit of a more logical perspective on the thing, and just like stepping out of being in the emotions of it might give you some good space and breathing room here, and help you to liberate yourself from negative cycles and some unnecessary suffering here. Kind of what I'm seeing. Yeah. So there's a sense of just how getting a little bit more perspective on the thing, zooming out perhaps a little bit more, will do you some good here. All right, we're going to clarify the sorrow card next. Yeah, it's too many though. We're not taking 3 cards. I'm sorry, we don't have room on the table. Take 1 card, please. 1 card. Please, let's be concise here. 1 card. Okay. We got 1 card. We got 1. And we got the 12-star crown. The 12-star crown. Well, the 12-star crown talks about larger life cycles, something being a part of a larger cycle here. Right. So there's what this are starting to look like to me is somebody going through some pretty serious grief. My heart goes out to you. Now, there's something here about allowing yourself and honoring that, honoring the sorrow, honoring the grief, honoring how you feel. Of course, on the other hand, we were talking earlier about not drowning in it, not getting lost in it. So having a little bit of a higher perspective, or being able to step out of it sometimes, to be able to see that there is part of a larger life cycle here. But then at the same time, also not suggesting you just bypass the heavy emotions here, especially if you're going through a serious grieving process. To honor that, to give yourself the time and space and nurturing that you need to allow the grief to flow. Yeah. There's something about that here. So there's going to be a balance, because I've given you now, in a way, almost contradictory pieces of advice, but paradoxically, I do think they're both important. There's something here about not letting yourself fully drown in it, especially on the guilt side of things. If this particular situation for you is something that also not only inspires grief and sadness, but also guilt, that's the part that you're really not supposed to drown in. That you're not supposed to drown in the self-blaming or guiltiness of the thing, or feeling like you had any, give yourself forgiveness for that aspect. However, at the same time, acknowledging the sorrow, acknowledging the pain, acknowledging the grief, and giving that sufficient space to allow itself to naturally express and process as well. That's going to be part of the vulture energy here, the picking clean of the rotting negative energy here. Yes. Okay. Right. So let's see. Moving right along. We're in a bit of a heavy energy here with you, but we're moving now towards the positive, because we have now the last 2 cards are existence and maturity. So this is sort of we're moving into the rebirth energy of this situation here, or like moving in towards the horizon of what's coming over in the future, or on the horizon here. So let's clarify next the existence card. This is the Magician. Let's clarify this. Here. 1 card, please. 1 card. Almost. We have the deep water. The deep water. Okay. So this is getting to be sort of comfortable floating on the emotional depths here. The emotional depths, they exist. They are there. You are in touch with them. They are moving you, moving through you, for sure. There's interestingly, because this person here is rising on a lily or on a lotus leaf or something, like on one of the water lily or something, right? One of these leaves that's actually kind of like looking to me like it's rising. You know how lilies kind of grow out of the mucky pond, out of the water, and then, that's sort of what it's looking to me here, because the water's below and the lily is coming up above it. Almost as if it's growing up out of the water here. So the magician, the existence card talks about like your connection to existence, and your ability to be the magician in general talks about you being a creator of your reality, you being like empowered. But the existence card has a little bit more of a softer energy to it. It's not about like the magician, which is sort of like willpower and control. It's almost more about like surrendering to the vulnerability of existence and the miracle of existence and the miracle of life. Like there's something about that here, for you, and just allowing yourself to feel it all, with the deep water here, and the fact that the woman on the existence card is well, she has her back to us, but she's naked and open and vulnerable, like on this lotus leaf here. So there's something about being like open to existence and the mysteries of life and what it's trying to teach and show you through these kind of deep and profound emotional experiences here. Wow. Here's a heavier one. This is a pretty intense one, guys. It's very scorpionic, this energy here we're in right now. All right. So last card here, we're going to clarify the maturity. Clarify the maturity. Thank you. Oh, wow. We were talking about the magician, and now we got the magician's wand. Wow. Oh, that's kind of cool, because I was just saying that it's not about the oh, interesting, how it's not about the willpower and control. Well, the magician's wand is almost more so about the tool than the actual power, the tool that you need, the tool that will assist you in your goal. It's not the end objective. It's a resource, a tool, or a comrade that will assist you towards your objective, whatever that may be. Interesting. So, but you got it to clarifying the maturity card here. Interesting. So what is this saying? The maturity is the seed that you plant. This is the seed of self-development. Well, the seed that you plant is the Ace of Pentacles. And I say also the seed because in this card there's so many like flowers coming out of this woman, but it's like she is also the seed. Like there's a certain amount, like the the work that she's done, the garden that she's cultivated is her own like inner self. So she's done like this inner work here, which has turned her into like this beautiful person. So there's almost something interestingly here about, okay, so that being the tool, like the maturity, the self-development work that you've done now, not being even in itself the end goal, but like being the tool here, which is kind of, oh, okay, so how does that message apply? So it's like, wow. All right, so you're being called to, it's not an easy thing. I'm sorry to be the one to deliver this message to you, because it's actually, I wouldn't necessarily want to hear this myself. But this is, especially if I was going through like, grief and something difficult, but there's something here like God or the spirits are saying, it's like, you are mature enough already, like, you have the capacity to handle these deep emotions, which is sort of why you were the one put in this situation to transmute these things, because of your maturity, because that you actually are capable of handling it, where many other people would not be. They would crack and break under this amount of pressure or this amount of difficult emotion that you're under. But there's something like you uniquely have the tools and the capacity, the emotional maturity to be able to move through these energies and transmute them into purity and innocence again. Like with the vulture, to bring it back around to the beginning, like you uniquely have this ability to transform the death into hope and new life and connection with existence again, despite the guilt and the sorrow. Wow. I'm kind of blown away, actually, by your energy now. When we got to the end of that, I'm like speechless. I don't even. That's so kind of. That's really cool. It's really impressive. Like, um, kudos to you. All I can do is like give you kudos because it does not. Like the whole time, the whole energy moving through this reading was really difficult and drudgerous. Like it was not just doing the reading, just pulling the cards. Like I'm not even living it the way you're living it, right? I'm just like tapping into like a little glimpse of the thing. And it's like, that was, challenging for me to move through. And you are being asked to do it because you have the maturity. Like you have the maturity as a tool. You have the capacity to transmute these things in service of the greater good, it seems like, for sure. Right. So if there's any question like in your mind of like why me, or like why have I suffered such like this loss, or like why has my nest been upturned upside down here, it's one of those mysteries of life things, but it's ultimately to bring you like deeper in contact with existence and with the divine, through really painful, difficult emotions as well, and transmuting those. Wow. Hmm. And seeing sort of beyond the illusion of it as well, seeing even beyond the illusion of the veil and the illusion of loss and all of those things. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna have to end this reading here. I hope this reading has been interesting and helpful to you. If it was, please click the like button. If you're new to my channel, subscribe for more content in the future. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I love you. Comment down below if you have something to share. I love to read your comments. And until next time, more words from the heart.